Hello and welcome. In this video, I'll be discussing 3 unorthodox boxing techniques that have been used at the top level of boxing. These techniques are generally not encouraged by coaches around the world, as they would be considered high risk and bad practice. But when used and executed correctly, these techniques have had a devastating effect at the highest level of boxing. The slip inside the jab is a move often frowned upon simply because if the opponent throws a 1-2 rather than a single jab, the fighter attempting the slip can move straight onto their opponent's backhand punch. But when timed and executed correctly, the slip inside the jab can lead to devastating counter and inside punches and can help fighters smother and get inside against opponents who are taller or better at long range. 2 notable names to have used this technique are all-time great welterweight Henry Armstrong and the youngest heavyweight champion of all time, Iron Mike Tyson. Both had great attributes to execute the slip inside the jab, as both had great reactions, could close the distance quickly, and were both devastating inside fighters. This move can be seen in most of the footage of Henry Armstrong and Mike Tyson's fights over the years, and was used by both in securing some of their greatest career wins and knockouts. The crossbow or cross-arm guard is the defensive hand position you can see on screen now. 2 of the most notable fighters to have used this guard are all-time great heavyweights Joe Frazier and George Foreman. As you can see, it has the arms crossed horizontally with the left arm positioned at the chin and the right arm positioned at the forehead. This guard is extremely effective at blocking all punches to the head, as it can block uppercuts, hooks, and straight punches when done correctly. It also doesn't block vision, as the fighter in the cross-arm guard can still look through the gap between their wrists. The reason the cross-arm guard is rarely coached is because when held high, it leaves the body open for body shots. It also has the hands in an awkward position to counterpunch, unlike the conventional boxing guard or Philly shell, for example. But despite its drawbacks, the cross-arm guard was used by Joe Frazier and George Foreman in some of the biggest heavyweight fights of all time, and was used heavily by Foreman in his successful campaign to regain the heavyweight title in his mid-40s. This half-hook, half-uppercut was made famous by Canadian heavyweight Donovan Razor Ruddock in the late 80s and throughout the 90s. He began throwing the punch when he was having trouble damaging and knocking out opponents once they had gone into a defensive shell on the ropes. The punch was so effective as Ruddock's opponents were used to fighters throwing conventional left hooks and left uppercuts at them. They would see the shape of Ruddock's body and anticipate a hook or uppercut and often slip or roll into what was an already devastating punch. This punch may be considered bad practice or risky because of the way Ruddock would throw it. He would bend his left knee and spring up into the shot and often drop his hands while standing in front of his opponent when doing this. The majority of Ruddock's best knockouts are a result of the Ruddock smash, and it was a major weapon in the arsenal of the former heavyweight contender who fought all-time great heavyweights Mike Tyson and Lennox Lewis during his career, and cemented a legacy as one of Canada's greatest all-time fighters. Let me know in the comments section down below which is your favourite of these 3 unorthodox boxing techniques. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.